Alright, this video is going to teach you how to import changes or entire accounts or anything from AdWords into Bing. So if you just redid a client's account who's also on Bing or made some changes and you're importing them, or if you're putting on someone on Bing for the first time, provided that their Bing account is already set up, then this is what you do. It's pretty easy. So I just finished with my changes to this client, moxshop.com. You're going to open up your new tab and go to bingads.microsoft.com. This is just the sign-in page for Bing Ads. Put in your username and password, or it'll probably be filled in for you by LastPass if you're logged in. And then you got to select the account. This is our client center, so it's pretty similar to AdWords. You just find the account right here. And these guys are actually under gas, but for most of their clients, since they're one of our first clients, I just had them on, put them in as mine. But you know, if you're importing for solar systems, just select that. Pretty simple. And then you select import your campaigns, import from Google AdWords. Now what this is going to do is just take whatever campaigns you select and bring them all on over from AdWords into Bing. Fill in the info here. You'll probably need login info, or need to get in contact with Andrew to get your own password and login info if you don't have one, so that you can import stuff from Bing into Bing, as I know that LastPass just fills it in automatically for you. Search right here for the account. I'm just going to search moccasins. Look at that right there. Continue. It's loading. Okay, so it's only going to give you the active campaigns to select. If these other campaigns right here were active, then you could choose them to import as well. Obviously only import the ones that you or the client want to be imported. You can show the pause campaigns here. Alright, we're just doing that one. So make sure you select the proper time zone for this client, Central Time. You can go ahead and click all these. These are fine. You can actually not click change campaign budgets. I've never done this before, but we'll do that. That way you don't have to deal with changing the campaign budget after you import. So this is the last little tricky part, is this destination URL. You are going to be tagging these links so that when Analytics picks them up, or when someone gets to the site from these Bing ads, Google Analytics will register it as Bing CPC. Google makes it pretty tough to track Bing stuff because it's in their best interest, as Bing is their main online text ad advertising competitor. So what you have to do is tag the links. This will add this particular little phrasing, or whatever you want to call it, to the end of each destination URL of each ad. The way that we come up with this is you go to the Google URL Builder, which is free software that Google provides to help people tag their links for analytics. So first you're going to put in the website that you're importing, the moccassinshop.com. So this is the campaign source is Bing, so that's the platform that we're using. The medium is CPC, SEO, direct, or could be any other things of other things, banner, email, some other examples. Campaign name, we just always call this digital reach. Get that brand name out there. This is something that's if you're doing different campaigns, or the client, you were an analytics whiz and you could rig this up to do different campaigns and look at the effect of each campaign in analytics, go ahead, but we just usually put our name there for more easy stuff. Okay, so what you're going to do is, don't worry about this stuff, but everything, including the question mark and after the question mark, you're going to copy and you're going to paste right here. So this will add this to the end of each destination URL. Now, obviously, you can just do this for every single client that you're importing into Bing. You can just use this particular line of coding in this area to add to the end of each destination URL, because it is the same for each client. It's going to be Bing CPC when you import this, but it's good that you know why this is happening and the process behind it. Maybe if we're doing Facebook down the line or something else, you know how to tag. You can go to the URL builder and build properly tagged links there, so that you can tag those destination URLs. So now, now that this has happened, usually Google will import or register Bing ad clicks as either Yahoo Organic or Bing Organic, depending on which browser the searcher used to get into or get to the website. But now it'll make it Bing CPC. Click import. Okay, everything is imported. Now there's usually some errors. I've seen up to 100 errors or so. You don't have to go through and resolve these compatibility issues. Just don't worry about them. It's a little too high maintenance for my taste. There's tons of keywords and tons of ads in each campaign. Usually the campaigns work fine, even with the 5 ads here that Bing doesn't like for whatever reason. And usually they're duplicates of other ads that are already in there, or duplicate keywords. So just go ahead and click import, and that will do it. Just about. So it'll tell you how many new ads were updated and all that. Some nifty information for you. Now the last thing you gotta check is that the daily budget is what you want it to be on Bing. Now I unchecked the import budgets from AdWords box earlier in the import process here. But if you don't do that, then it'll import whatever the AdWords budget is. And usually the AdWords budgets are much larger than the Bing budgets, because AdWords is a larger swath of the total percentage of searchers out there. Although for this client, since we figured out Bing does much better for them, that's not the case. Bing is we're actually spending more on Bing. But just double check and make sure that this budget is what you want it to be, because Bing can be sneaky and try and bump up that budget on you so you spend more with them.